How's it going, guys? Dom's Review back again, here to bring you another review. Today I'll be reviewing the Season 1, Episode 4 review of Under the Dome called Outbreak. And now basically, um, it's not like there's a riot or anything, what really is mainly what... Okay, first of all, I forget what I just said. First of all, I'm just gonna say that I thought this was a really cool episode. I thought the idea was cool, and, yeah. But, um, so what really happens is there's a sickness. Well, no one knows about it at first, but then all of a sudden people start getting sick left and right, and they they go to the hospital, but then they find out that a lot of the nurses and doctors are actually trapped outside the dome or on vacation days. So basically, there's no one really to help them get better. Um, and that is really cool because I think, well, it's horrible, but I think it's cool how they did that because it makes it more dramatic, and I think it just adds a lot of cool stuff that happens later on in the episode. And what basically happens is, um, as you find out in the last episode, what's her face? I really can't think of her name. Julia, maybe. But whatever her name, and not her name, but she is starting to get suspicious about Barbie, so she tries to get to the bottom of things since she's a reporter. So basically, what she does is she there are people there that no, okay, I'm being stupid. Okay, this is what she first does. She is driving around town when she sees her husband's car. So she tries to get an answer of why her husband's car is there. So she asks one dude, he says it's not his, and then she asks another dude, which is actually the guy that has the I don't know if I actually mentioned him at all this whole series so far, but he has the radio station, and I guess he was in it with Barbie, and he basically kind of was in it, and um, so she asks him, and he goes, "Why is my husband's car here?" And and the dude goes, "Well, because he sold it to me." And she's starting to get like, "Why did he do that?" But then he doesn't, because he ends up being sick and he faints. So then she and some other dude bring him to the hospital, and that's when you find out that all the doctors and nurses are away because of vacation days and stuff. But yeah, I like the entire plot for this. I think it's a good episode. But later on, you find out that more and more people are getting sick, and it's just gotten way out of hand. So basically, um, the people, no, that Nori's mom, the not the black one, but the white one, but she's kind of like a doctor, kinda, and she brings uh, Joe and Nori to the hospital because she found out about their seizures, and um, so she goes there to. They find out that all the doctors away, but the white one of Nori's moms, Alice, she um, she basically she's kind of like a doctor. She's went to school for a doctor, but she didn't when she has her job. She's not a doctor, but yeah. So she's kind of starts helping people try to feel better and stuff. So she's kind of like the really main doctor. No one else is truly being like a doctor and stuff. But it's kind of funny because the majority of the main characters actually do get sick with. You actually find out it's meningitis, I think. But yeah, so really, most of the main characters, like Big Jim and Barbie, they aren't sick because they have gotten what'd you call it? The um, the shot for it. Barbie probably got it for when he went to the army, and probably a lot of them got it when they went to school. or on vacation or whatever. But a few main characters actually do get sick. One is uh, that reporter girl Julie, or no, or Julia, or I don't even know her name, but the reporter and the cop, um, she gets sick, and I do believe that that's it. Those are the only two really important characters that get sick, but when oh, but yeah, so they're running out of antibiotics to give to these people. So Barbie and Big Jim, they try to run over to the pharmacy to get some more antibiotics, but they find out that they've all been robbed, and then they realize that it could have been the priest. And I actually like the priest in this episode. You find out that he's not really a good person, really at all, and I don't know. There was someone's walking their dog. I got distracted, but yeah, you start to find out that he's not a good person. This priest, he's like stealing all the antibiotics. I mean, he's trying to. I mean, he doesn't know he's really that bad. And then they find out that he's burning the antibiotics. So, um, yeah, basically he's doing it because he feels that God, uh, basically is choosing the people he wants to survive, which are the people that are immune to it, and basically, yeah. So he feels that this is a plan by God. So he's just burning all the antibiotics, and then Barbie just drops him. He finds him and just pushes him down to the ground. They take the antibiotics back to the pharmacy, but while they were like trying to get the antibiotics, um, Big Jim told his son Junior to make sure no one leaves, because if like someone leaves and they cough, it'll spread really quickly. So they give him a gun, and he actually doesn't kill anybody like trying to escape. They do try to um, mob him to like try to get out, but he does like a bossy. Um, he I can't even think of the word. I can't think of it. But he like takes his gun. He like it, and he shoots the top of the wall to show people that he will shoot them. Um, but that's the only time he shoots the gun, so they will back down. And basically, I like that move because you were expecting him to like shoot someone, but he actually does the right thing and doesn't shoot anybody. Um, Now, although one person does get out, but not on his, he doesn't know that reporter girl or whatever. She's still curious about his husband, and she ends up finding out from Junior that because that dude who has the radio station mentions cabin, and then Junior um, mentions the cabin that he saw Barbie in. So she's like got kind of questions, and so she finds an exit, and she basically just leaves unnoticed, and she slips over to the cabin and sees a big mess, and she finds out what really went down with her husband. Not that Barbie killed him, but that she like that he was gambling, and he had to uh, basically pay off what he got, and there's like a thing. I actually am not sure what it is, but she finds paper and it shows her um, that he was like gambling and he has to pay something. But yeah, and then she passes out because she is sick. She is sick. So Barbie comes. Well, Barbie ends up finding out that she went there. He picks her up and saves her and brings her back to the hospital. And that's when they tell the whole story that Barbie's like a person who would make sure that people paid what they owed um, in bets and stuff. And basically, she tells her to get out of her house because that he was living with her because she saved that kid's life in the very first episode. And yeah, so I think that's it. Oh wait, no, Junior and This actually is very important. Um, Angie, she is still trapped, but she's trying to get out and like survive and stuff. But she's still there, so she finds out there's like an air vent, so she gets up to it and tries to scream. However, she's like holding onto the pipe, and the pipe snaps, and water starts pouring in. So she's ankled to that thing with like a ton of water pouring in, and she's like eventually will die. Might take a while, but she will eventually die. But she realizes that she's not gonna get anywhere by just sitting there, so she continues to scream. And I like this part. Big Jim ends up walking into his house. He talks to the priest for a little bit. He tells him that he's done selling drugs with him, and he gives him his share of the money because he wants to clean himself when he does die. That God will like let him be in heaven and stuff. But yeah, so Big Jim walks in and um, he turns on the water, but there is no water coming. And then he listens and he hears Angie's voice coming up through the sink, and so he walks down and basically uh, he just basically walks down to the bomb shelter thing, and he sees Angie, and that's where the episode leaves off. And I thought this was actually a good episode. I like the concept of everyone being sick, and I just liked what happened with Angie, um, and her being found. And everyone does get cured, doesn't drag over to the next episode, but yeah. So that's it for this review, guys. I hope you look forward to my next one, which I'm not sure what it'll be, but it'll be something. Yeah, but see you guys. I gotta think of something. Bye.